Hello friends, welcome once again for the lecture series of Industrial Engineering as a part of AMPI Men's Examination. From last couple of lectures, we are dealing with the different points of the industrial engineering, like we have seen about the types of production processes, then about the plant layouts and the process planning. In this session, we are going to deal with method study and work measurement. Combinedly it is called as work study. Combinedly it is called as work study. So let's understand what is the meaning of work study. Work study is basically a tool for increasing the productivity. So this work study represent the tool which can be used for increasing the productivity. So by using a different methods under the work study, the productivity can be increased. But before directly understanding the meaning of work study, we need to first understand these two basic concepts, that is the method study and the work measurement. Actually, the work study is a generic name which is the combination of method study and the work measurement. Method study and the work measurement. It is, if you summarize this work study in, so we can say that it is the study of all the parameters which can help or which can be revised or which can be changed or replaced to increase the productivity. Then that parameters, it may be a technical parameters, it may be related to the machines, materials, or the labors or the men. So these parameters combined, the study of that parameters comes under this work study. So basically it is the combination of the method study and the work measurement. So first we'll understand what is the meaning of the method study and how it is conducted, what are the objectives of the method study and how it is beneficial to increase the productivity, and then we'll see the work measurement. So in this session we are going to see all the details regarding the method study first. So method study in short, it is defined as systematic recording and critical examination of existing and proposed ways of doing work. So as the name suggests, it is the study of the method of working. It is study of method of working. So first of all, the study will be there for existing method, and then based on that the proposed way will be there for having more improvement. So by critical examination of current methods used for the various production processes, that methods are analyzed, recorded, examined first, and based on that new ways are proposed which are going to easier and economical, which are going to be easier and economical. So it is a simply and critical examination of existing ways and proposing a new ways which are going to be more easier and economical than the existing way. So this is what the method study. So study of the methods which are used and which can be improved. In short, it can be like this. So the basic objective of method study, as told, it is the improvement or increase in the productivity. Improvement or increase in the productivity. With respect to that, we are having two different parameters to define the objectives. So there will be improvement in some parameters and there will be reduction in some parameters. So ultimately the aim will be to increase the productivity. Ultimately the aim will be, or objective will be, to increase the productivity. To have that, there are some objectives of the method study. So with respect to improvement, so basically whatever the available manufacturing processes are there, whatever the available manufacturing processes or methods are there, that methods or processes can be improved. Processes, or we can call it as a procedures. So that processes or procedures can be improved so that productivity can be increased. So manufacturing process means if we are using uh, any particular manufacturing process, so by replacing that particular process, if we are getting more productivity, then there will be improvement in the particular parameter. So this will be with respect to manufacturing and procedures, or by changing or by improving the plant layouts. Even as we discussed in the topic of the plant layout, if plant layout is proper, it is going to increase the productivity, because it will reduce down the material handling time and the labor requirements, everything. So if the plant layout is proper at the workplace, then ultimately it is going to increase the productivity. So the if the objective will be to improve the plant layout, ultimately it will try to improve the productivity also. Or if suppose equipments are there, if equipment designs are proper, equipment capacities are properly selected, so if there will be improvement in case of equipments also, that will also ultimately tends to improve the productivity. So again, with respect to improvement, we can consider the material required, then manpower. So these factors are also very important, or machines or equipments that already we have seen. So any of these parameters, plant layout, equipment, machines, material, manpower, manufacturing process, if you have improvement in these parameters, ultimately it will goes to the improvement in the productivity. Ultimately it goes to the improvement in productivity. So either there should be improvement in this parameter, and parallelly there should be a reduction in the human efforts, because human efforts are directly proportional to the efficiency or the productivity. If the human efforts are reduced for the particular job or the for particular allotted task, then obviously the productivity is going to be increased. So there should be possibility of reduction of the human effort, so that productivity can be increased. Productivity can be increased even if material handling time or material handling is reduced. So ultimately time is going to cost in terms of money. So if material handling cost or material handling time is improved, then it will also increase the or improve the productivity. So that is the objective of this particular method study. Ultimate aim is the improvement in the productivity by doing this particular improvements and reduction. So we can reduce the human efforts, we can reduce the material handling, so that there will be less time required to handle the material, less cost will be invested, and ultimately it will improve the productivity. So either we can have improvement in these parameters or a reduction in the these parameters, so that we can have improvement in the productivity. So now once objectives are clear, then we need to understand what is the procedure for implementing the method study. So we'll see the procedure, and under this the first task is to select the work that is under the study, or for which we have to go for the method study. So first of all, the task is selecting the work. Now the work is selected with respect to three different factors. The first factor is considered as a economical factor, then second factor considered as the human factor, and third factor is considered as the technical factor. So while selecting the work, these three factors are considered: economical, human, or technical. Now in case of economical factor, so whatever the method study we are going to do for the particular work, after that whatever the procedures, plans, processes we are going to implement newly, so for cost required for that should be minimum than the previous one, should be minimum than the previous one. So ultimate aim is that method study should be beneficial, it should improve the productivity, it should have the profitability in terms of economical factor, then only it can be implemented easily. So this cost factor or economical factor is considered first, which can be there for while selecting the work. And the second factor is the, so in economical case the cost factor is considered. In case of human factors, so now by implementing the new methods, new processes, maybe there will be the fear in the mind of the laborers or the workers who are working at that particular job, because there is human tendency that it always resistance, there is always resistance for the change. So that resistance will be there from the worker side. So that is going to be the problem first. So that problem is need to be dealt, or maybe possibility that there will be mindset of the workers or human or laborers that there are going to chances of increasing the workload also. But actually workload, we are trying to reduce the workload, but there can be mindset of these things also, increasing the workload, or even the laborers or human can consider that there is a possibility of unemployment, because for the same work if productivity will increase then there is a possibility of unemployment. This fear can be there, so these human factors are also required to consider. And the third one is a technical factor. So we are ultimately trying to improve the productivity, we are ultimately trying to improve the productivity, but beyond some limit the particular machine or particular equipment cannot have the improvement, so that this factor also is can be considered while selecting the work, because there is going to be a limitation for the each and everything. So improvement in all the terms is not possible at a time, because technical factor is the most important thing. Whenever equipment part or the machine part is going to be there, these technical factors are required to understand. And because these are predefined machines or equipments comes with the predefined specifications, so possible that it will not have, or there is no any possibility of improving that. So by considering these three things, economical, human and technical factors, the work is selected for the method study. Now, in the next step, there is a part of recording all fact about the method. So, in this case, all the details of current method are recorded by using different charts. There are going to be some symbols which represent the particular activity. So, it is done by directly observing that particular work, and the each and every activity is represented by particular symbols in the differently defined charts. So like there is a chart of operation process chart, operation process chart. Now in this operation process chart, all the operations and inspections are recorded, all the operations and inspections are recorded. So this chart is used for the recording the operations and the inspection. Then another part is their flow process chart. This is one more chart to record the different types of activity. In the flow process chart, there are different types of flow. Flow of the man, or the flow of the workers or laborers. So how these activities of labor or workers or men are conducted, or these activities are recorded by using man or this flow process chart. Then second one is a material type flow process chart. In this part, the flow of the material, or how the material is flown across the particular layout, that particular material flow process is recorded in the material flow process chart. Or it will be for equipment also, that how that equipment is, or how the activities of equipments are carried out. So activities of man, activities of material, activities of equipments, these are recorded in the flow process chart. So flow process chart is for recording these three types: man, material and equipment. Then there is one more chart, that is a two-handed process chart. Two-handed process chart. Now in this two-handed process chart, the activities of right hand and the left hand of the particular man or the particular worker is recorded. So activities done by this right hand and left hand of the man are recorded. So this will show the flow of the particular activities. Then there is a multiple activity chart also. There is a multiple activity chart also. This multiple activity chart is applicable when group is working on a particular task. If single task or the same job, if the group is working, then all the activities of group are recorded to the multiple activity chart. Or there are sometimes flow diagrams are used. Flow diagrams are also used. This flow diagrams are drawn with a suitable scale, and the path of flow of material is recorded. flow of material is recorded in the shop. It is called as flow diagram. And there is one more thing, that is a string diagram. String diagram. So in this string diagram, the movement of worker is recorded. Movement of worker is recorded with the help of string. With the help of string which is drawn to the scale. So there are different types of chart. One is operation process chart, flow process chart, two-handed process chart, multiple activity chart, flow diagrams, and string charts. So these different types of chart we are going to see in a different lecture. So this is done under this particular step. So after critically recording all the activities to different types of chart, now it is the time to examine that particular activities critically. So this examination of the activities can be done by asking different questions for the particular job or the for particular activity. Now the questions are asked with respect to some particular parameters. So out of that, first one is purpose, then second one considered is the place, then sequence, then person, and means or the ways to do the job. So the first part is the purpose of doing the job. Okay, so here the questions are asked: why this particular task is done? Okay, what else can be possible? What is actually happening, or what is actually done in this particular task? What should be done? Okay, so these type of questions are asked in a purpose. So what is the purpose of doing this particular task? What is the purpose of following this process? Why this process? Why this task? What can be possible on other ways? So these questions are asked in the purpose. So it will necessary to understand the purpose of having this particular activities or the particular task. Then second is the place. So in this possibility is considered to combining or rearranging the activities. So the question will be where it is being done. So where it is being done, that particular activity or task, why it is done, then where else it could be done. So there are it is the thing where we can check the possibility of changing the locations or combining the activities, right? Where should it be done, where else could it be done? So possibilities are checked through the this option of place. Third one is the sequence. So sequence in the sense, the sequence of the activities is considered so that it can be combined, it can be simulated or integrated, so that possibilities are checked in this sequencing part. So the questions are asked when it is done. So it is like with respect to time frame, when it is done, or why it is done, then means why at that particular time, why at that particular uh, sequence, or when could it be done, means what is the possibility of doing it afterwards also, or what is the possibility of doing the same activity before that one. Okay, so this is analyzed with respect to having some changes in the sequence, so that ultimately it will improve the productivity. Next thing is person. So who is doing that particular job, or who is doing that particular activity, why that person only? So to check the feasibility of another also, who else can do that, who else can do that same particular job. So here possibility of replacing the another person with more, who is going to be more productive or more efficient, that possibility is checked. And last one is a means or ways of doing the work. So how that particular task is done, why it is done in that way only, why it is done in that way only, or what can be another options to do that particular work, or how else it can be done, how else it can be done. So that way the questions are asked to examine all the facts critically. So once these questions will be asked for each and every point, a new method can be developed which is going to be a more efficient and economic, because for every parameter the questions are asked critically. So it will help to develop the new method which is going to be efficient and economical. So it's going to be efficient and economic. So this step will ensure the development of new method. Now the next job is to defining the new method. So simply definition is not going to be a single line definition. So everything need to analyze here. So first thing, that why old method is not okay. So first of all, it need to tell that why old method is not good. What is new thing in the new method? What is the new thing in new method? So because the whenever we someone is implementing a new method, the approval of the management is required, and there one should have to answer these particular questions: why old one is not good, why new method is required, and the brief description of new method is required, because this description will help while implementing that particular method. Whatever the cost required for new tools, for new equipments, because new methods mean everything is going to be replaced. So cost required for each and every parameter is also required to be explained properly. What are the advantages and limitations of that new method? So these things are required to describe briefly under this defining step. So this is quite a different step, that installing a new method, because while installing a new method, there may be resistance from the persons who are going to actually utilize that particular new methods. Means the persons who are working on that machines, the laborers or the workers or the trade unions. So one should have the cooperation, or the person who has developed or who is installing the new method, he or she should explain each and everything to that particular person, so that it can be installed easily. And just by simply installing the method will not give the satisfactory result. So until and unless that will have an entire things, so it should have a proper output, effective implementation, feedback mechanism, then only it can be considered as the method has been installed properly. So this everything should be ensured properly, then only it can be considered as installed it properly without any resistance. Yes, obviously, and the last point is to maintain the new method by regular checking. So there should be a feedback mechanism for that particular new method, because possibility that there will be some suggestions from the persons who are working on it, or there may be some suggestions from the workers also. So to get that suggestions to make some changes in the implemented method, this feedback mechanism is required to maintain the method properly. So this periodical review is required to have to maintain it properly, and to have the proper satisfaction or satisfactory output in the method, to have the improved productivity. So the last part is to maintain the new method by regular checking or the regular reviews, which will ensure the proper implementation of the method. So this is what about the method study. In the upcoming section, we'll discuss more about the charts that we have seen, so that we'll understand the method study in a deep. So thank you so much. We'll have next session to understand the different types of chart. But before that, do not forget to like and share our Facebook page. Do not forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, so that you can have the proper and thorough preparation for the AMVI mains examination. So please do like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Let's learn and grow together. Thank you so much.